Blake, I want to hear from you on building up leaders because I just noticed even during this interview, you patiently sit back, you let everyone do their thing, and that's the sign of an amazing leader. What time is spent or what special things have you done over the years to build up some of the leaders within your company?
So this goes back. I went through a program. There's a franchise out there called LMI, which is Leadership Management Institute, where the franchise owners are business coaches, and they put together programs and classes to train executives and sales executives and so forth. So I went through one of their programs called Effective Personal Productivity, and that was back in 2005, I believe. And I developed a friendship with the owner of that franchise. His name is Joe Paul. And after that experience and through that friendship, then Angela went through his effective selling strategies or skills program. And then he invited us to be guest participants in some of his classes after that. And then we started building Super Inspector, and I didn't have much contact with him, but once we got to the point where we had our divisions were becoming defined between services, operations, and growth, and we had some leadership in place, we started talking about, okay, we've got to develop leadership skills. So I called Joe and had a meeting with him, and I said, Joe, this is what we've done. He didn't know anything about our business. And he was like, man, that's impressive what you've got going so far. I think we had about 15 people on staff at that time. And I said, well, I need to do some leadership development. And he said, great. He had moved on from LMI and developed some programs on his own. And so he put together a program called the Productive Executive. And so we all Angela and I and the three other division leaders all went through that program. And it had a pretty profound impact on everybody. And then we decided, and we were involved with IEB at the same time. I had just gotten involved with IEB. And we decided that we needed to have ongoing coaching and development for everybody in our company. So we talked to Joe and we said, what can we do just to make you a permanent member of our family here? And so we worked out an arrangement, and Joe is still with us. He's teaching our newest leaders through the Productive Executive Program. He is there for all of our team members if they're struggling with anything business-wise, or even, personally. Joe's a great guy to talk to help you through personal issues as well. And so he's always there, and he comes to our weekly meetings. He comes to our monthly and quarterly and annual planning meetings, and he just kind of keeps everybody on track and offers suggestions, when, well, you need to consider this, or maybe we ought to do this, or a better way is that.
And $1 million, that's it? Only 1 million?
Yeah, and he pushes us to strive for more. I
Love
think
that.
the first year we brought him on, we were doing our projections for the next year on how much annual revenue we thought we could produce, and I think our goal is going to be 3.5 million. And he's like, 3.5 million? You can do 5 million next year, easy. And that sounded outrageous to us at first, but then when I just sat down with my spreadsheet, which I love spreadsheets, and I started saying, okay, what does it take to do $5 million in revenue? Well, we have to have this many inspectors. If we have to have that many inspectors, then we have to have this many people answering the phones. We have to have this many people out there building relationships with realtors in the growth division. And I said, all we got to do is hire these people and get them on board. We should be able then to do 5 million people. So it became, 5 million revenue.
5 million people eventually. Yeah, that'll come later. That'll come later.
5 million revenue. And so became doable just by, for me, if I can see it in the numbers, then, I feel like I can make it happen. And so, that's what Joe's done for us. And then IEB, when I first went to IEB, I sat through the second RGT, which is their rapid growth training. I went to the second one they ever had down in Houston in November of 2017. And, I told Angela, I said, well, maybe we ought to give this a try. I had looked at some of the other inspector coaching things out there, businesses out there, and I didn't really like the culture there. We never went to any like inspection industry conferences or conventions.
We've never belonged to anything or been a part of anything. We don't know anybody in the industry.
And I'd say that might be to your benefit. I think that sometimes is an advantage. Let's be honest.
So we did go to one in Melbourne, Florida. It was Inspection Fuel, I think, and just I don't know. We were just met with a lot of arrogance by the people putting on the conference. And we did meet one person that we thought was awesome, and that was Ruben Saltzman. And we just met him at the bar one time. So if you know Ruben, he owns Structure Tech. He's just a great guy, just a solid individual. And so we became friends with Ruben. But we never went back to another conference, and we still haven't been to other than IEB. But in IEB, we found a community where we felt like our values were aligned. It wasn't all technical. It wasn't all gimmicky, salesy kind of stuff. It was really about mindset, philosophy. How do you drive yourself to be a better person? So then that makes your company better. And then how do you instill those values within your company? And so that's really had a big impact. And anytime we have somebody that we feel like we really need to do something to impact their mindset, we send them to RGT. And it just is just amazing with Dirk and Greg. We can say it all day long, but when they hear it, and you hear it in that group setting in person, the energy in the room just makes it way more impactful, in my opinion. And so our team members that we've sent to RGT just come out of that with, man, I'm going to be a better person. Man, this is what I'm going to do for personal development. I see now why you want me to do this, and I've got to be a bigger contributor, and all those things come out of that. So, IEB's had a big impact on our company as well. And, one of the things that I tell people when they ask about leadership development, I always ask, well, what are you doing right now for leadership development? Well, nothing. Well, do you have a business coach? Are you a member of IEB? Well, no, I just can't afford it. And when I tell them how much we spend a month on leadership developments, which includes our coach, Joe Paul, our IEB membership, our BergFlow membership, Pivot Ready teams, and all that, I mean, we're spending over $10,000 a month on leadership development, basically. And the return on investment is just huge. So you've got to spend money on that stuff. It's not something that you can do on your own as the leader of a company. It takes a lot of people to really have an impact on your business.
And it's very apparent, just having met every single person on your team that I've met. And that's what I want inspectors to know, is that it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes investment, it takes time. We both have, large teams. And so I think, the IEB stuff, to me, is transformational. Having been in the industry before it and after, it's kind of unbelievable. And I find myself looking forward to only those conferences and wanting to only go to, I think I'm going to send people to RGT. I got with Dirk. I was like, can I start sending people? I'll pay for it. It doesn't matter.
Hi everyone, this is Louis from Spectora. I'm going to put 3 links down in the description below. The first link is for you if you like Spectora, but maybe you just have a couple questions. you can schedule a 15-minute discovery call with someone from our client success team to make sure that Spectora is a great fit for you. It is, by the way. If you're ready to dive in and start using the app, the second link is for our free trial. With the average cost of a home inspection, that's a couple $1,000s that you'll pocket before you pay us a dime. And the third link is for our Spectora Jumpstart program. If you're a brand new home inspector, you probably need a website, or maybe you have a website that you just kind of threw up real quick and you're not super thrilled with it. In the Jumpstart program, we'll make you a great website based on feedback from you to make sure that it reflects your business, your market, and you. We'll optimize it for search engines, and we'll put an online scheduler on your website too, so you can spend less time on the phone and more time out in the field working. We'll also bundle it with a full year of the Spectora app, and we'll do it at a great price too. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you check out other videos on this channel, and take care.